Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Troll Media signing in from Cassidy Clean Fifth Wheel. Sitting here looking at my Trailer Life magazine. Just going through this thing here. Some pretty cool stuff in here. I like this. I got a 2-year subscription to this for free when I bought this camper at Camping World. So, you know, I'm not a big fan of Camping World anymore, especially because, you know, what they did to me, but with the pricing on this thing. But anyway, guys, so I'm just sitting here having some coffee in the morning. I am about ready to start making jerky from scratch. That's right, guys. Jerky from scratch. Now, I make my jerky a lot different than a lot of other people make jerky. That's for sure. Alright. So, what do I make my jerky out of? I literally make my jerky out of anything that I can find that's cheap. And this here wasn't really cheap, but this is a good cut of meat to make a jerky out of. Jesus Christ. I need to get somebody to fucking hold this camera. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna talk through a little bit right here about this cut of meat, and then we'll I'm gonna have Angel come back over here from her parents and help me with holding this camera. So this is just a rump roast, everyday rump roast. My jerky is uncooked. Mine is a raw jerky. It is a marinated and then dried jerky. So I marinate it in teriyaki. I will also do a salt brine on one with pepper. But the marinade one I really like the best because that one comes out really good. That marinade really does, you know, soak into it. But if you look at the way the muscle goes on here, you can see the muscles kind of going that way right there. So when you cut jerky, you want to go kind of, so the muscles are going that way, you want to kind of go this way with the cuts. You know, that's going to keep so when you fucking bite into it, you're not going to get long, stringy tendons. You're going to have short ones this way. See how that wants to like pull apart right there? That's how your jerky's going to come out. And this fat in there, that'll be actually pretty good too. It'll be really a good jerky. So I will pull off all this main fat on the outside. I'll give that to the doggies. But let me go ahead and so let me just give you a quick rundown of how this is done. So you cut it when it's soft like this. Okay, you cut it in the strips that you want to cut it in. All right, but you don't cut the thin ones yet. So you just get it cut down. So I'm gonna want pieces that are about that wide, and they're gonna be paper thin. So I'm gonna cut it here, and I may just throw that little bit in the crock pot and just have like a little mini roast. All right, and then you're gonna throw it in the freezer. Once it's frozen, you get out a good, big, solid, sharp knife. This is the key to cutting thin jerky without having like a bandsaw or something. All right, you're gonna, once it's frozen or a par frozen, you can then cut without the meat getting smushed. All right, so you'll cut your thin pieces like that. You'll throw it in your marinade or your whatever you're gonna cure it with. Okay, like, you know, whatever flavor it is you want. You know, some people don't even do anything. You know, you really don't have to do anything to it. Now, my jerky is done raw. It is a dried raw meat. So, how do I do that? I don't do it in a jerky machine. No. I do that on, where are my racks at? I got these racks right there. I will stick those racks on top of a box fan. And I will let that box fan run. So I'll put the box fan between two chairs or something. I've actually had one hanging from my ceiling at level height like this before. And basically, some people use a non-fiberglass furnace filter. And by the way, I did get this recipe from Alton, the fucking Alton guy on fucking TV. I can't think of his name. I'm having a brain fart right now about it. And I just let it run for 24 hours. It will completely dry it out, and it actually looks cooked when it's done. So I'm gonna get this going, guys, and I'll chime back in once I get it cut. Okay, guys. So you can see I cut the fat off. I got this silver meat off right there. That silver meat it don't fucking do nothing. It doesn't render down even. It don't melt. It don't fucking taste good. So you can see right here. You can see the way these muscle tendons are running. The muscle is running right here. So if you cut it like this, you'd have long, stringy, you wouldn't be able to rip through that as jerky. So what you want to do is you want to cut it like this, right? So when you bite into it, it comes apart. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And once you cut it apart like that, then you freeze it, and then you slice it up. This here is one of my favorite, it's just a cheapo knife, but this blade has been going forever. This is my fishing fillet knife. I actually bought 2 of these fuckers. This one here is still brand new. This one here has been used, how many fucking times? I've been using this one for fucking 2 years now, I think. This thing has filleted a lot of catfish, a lot of walleye, a lot of crappie, and I haven't sharpened it yet, and it's fucking sharp. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut this up and get back. Alrighty, guys, so it is dark outside now. And I got my beef cut up into pieces, and it is cold. It is frozen, and let me see if I can't slice this stuff up a little bit.
Hey y'all, so he's about to start cutting.
Yeah, so the reason you freeze...
Hold on a second, let me just...
There we go. So the reason you freeze the beef is it's kind of hard to cut soft meat. And this might be a little too frozen right now, but this is a sharp ass fucking knife. So yeah, it's actually cutting pretty good. And you literally just shave it off like that. That one there's a little thick, but that's alright. I just got it started. God damn it. So you slice it down. Try to get a good thick, about that thick. That's what I do. Because this stuff here is going to marinate in teriyaki overnight. And then I'm going to smush it,
So let me show them the here. Flip back on the side there. So
there you go.
To give you an example, obviously no thicker than, your nail.
That right there, yeah. So this stuff is going to get smushed down and with a fork later on. So, but yeah. Alrighty, guys. I'll get back to you when I'm done slicing this all up. Alrighty, guys. So here goes. About the thickness you want. They're not going to be fucking perfect at all. Never, ever, ever going to be perfect. So the reason of freezing the meat is so that you can actually slice it. I should have pulled it out earlier when it was a little more, yeah, fucking knife bandit. I should have pulled it out when it was just par frozen. But, alrighty guys, so what I'm going to do is, this guy here, tomorrow, I'm actually just going to beat up with a freaking mallet until it's really thin. And,
we are using,
I'm using
Lowry's teriyaki. I did look for something without corn syrup because my daddy is allergic to corn and they do not make anything. So until I actually,
this one doesn't have corn syrup.
No high fructose corn syrup, but does have corn starch or something like that in there. Anyway, I did look for something without corn products, but it doesn't happen. So
you go ahead and do that. That stuff is spicy. No.
It's not
So you do that. I marinate it for about 12 to 24 hours. Or until I can locate my box fan. Because that's how this is going to happen, guys. This stuff is going to be marinated on a... Or it's going to be dehydrated on a box fan. So, these chunks here, I'm going to beat until they're really thin. And, I'm just going to do those with just regular... Fuck it, I'll just use it all. Fuck it, whatever. Yeah, you guys want to know what really good sex sounds like? It sounds like that. So yeah. So basically, I just marinate it. Usually between 12 and 24 hours. The key to this is using a shitty cut of beef, marinating it so damn long that it just lets loose and is tender. And, So basically that's what's going to happen here, guys. This here is going to be marinated. And I'm telling you, this video, I started this video this morning. And it's going on for a long time. This video is not going to be done until probably Monday. Yeah, because tomorrow's Sunday. And this has got to sit on my homemade dehydrator for about 24 hours. So it's going to have to go over to the other camper where there ain't no puppies running around because I don't have anywhere to do it in this wonderful fucking camper. What's up, Tessa? What are you doing? What are you doing, babies? Gosh, they love that so much.
Hi, you want to dance with Mama?
There you have it. Alrighty, guys. We are basically almost 24 hours of marinating. Alright? So, this is like the longest fucking video I've ever freaking made. So, we got our marinated teriyaki beef roast that was cut nice and thin. So, if you check it out, guys, you pull it out. Alright, now, it's been a long time since I've done jerky. So, I don't know. You bring it out. You gotta dab off most of this teriyaki sauce. But first, you take your fork. You see how that goes? See how that's pushing it down and making it thin? You do that. Flip it around. This one here is not going as thin as I would like it to because that was a thick end piece. But see right there? That'll dry out nicely. This side here, that's gonna take a while to dry out. So I'm gonna go ahead and beat it thin. I'm beating my meat, folks. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, so that one there. There we go. So I'm gonna take that, throw it over there. We have got. Oh man, some of these didn't marinate very well. So if they're too thick, oh there we go. If they're too thick, you can beat the meat, and it'll thin it out. But that really helps those little pleats in there. It really helps dry the meat out quicker. I mean, it's gonna sit on a box fan for 24 hours, pretty much. So that's pretty much how that goes. And this piece here, this is going to kind of be like a shitty piece. It's got the fat in there. You know, it may not work out too great. But that's how you do it, guys. That one's really thin on that side, so I don't got to really work that too much. And you just work the meat like that. So I'll get right back to you as soon as I'm done beating my meat.
And we're drinking frozen margaritas because when it's in Tennessee and it's nice out, you sit barefoot and drink frozen margaritas.
That's right. Margarita time.
So while he's doing that, y'all, I'm going to go out and I'm going to finish off my margarita and we'll get back to you.
Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. So there goes the setup.
Sorry for the mess, y'all. He's in my workshop. He's taking over my space.
That's right. And literally all you do, it's not the cleanliest way to do fucking jerky, But it works. And it works fucking fantastic. And you just stick it on there. And this will run until tomorrow evening. And literally just the fan running the air through here. What's wrong?
I hit my elbow. It's fine.
Oh. Well, why'd you do that, you jag off? So, you basically just let it dry it out. This is like what they do up in, like, Alaska and freaking Canada and stuff. How they cure meat. You know, but they don't have a box fan to do it. You know, you just leave it outside with a good breeze and it'll dry out anything, you know? So, we will get this down. You can't put it in the very center because there's no airflow there. But any flow is better than no flow. Isn't that right, honey? Inside joke. So, hopefully there's enough room for all of this shit. Are you just now getting that? Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. So, this is the setup. This is what we got after 24 hours of marinating. Those ones there are just raw meat. We're going to see what happens with just the raw meat. And what time is it now? Do you know?
It is
2 o'clock. 2:05. We will be back out here Monday at 2 o'clock to see how this is doing. So we are... What is this? We put them on at 6 o'clock, and this is going on... Or no, 2 o'clock, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 7 o'clock, so this has only been on for 5 hours. And you can already see... You can already see how this is working. This is working great. And even the thicker stuff right here, the thicker unmarinated stuff is working pretty good. So yeah, guys, this is oh wow, that was actually 2 pieces. Shit. Crap. I got 2 pieces right here. Bumping freaking tacos. There we go. So, I mean, a lot of this thicker stuff is going to have to be up here for a while, but it is just amazing how well this technique works. You know? I mean, like, this shit, it's going to be done. It'll probably be done by midnight, honestly. But, right now, it's looking pretty good. Alrighty, guys. Well, here you have it. This is pretty much the finished product here. I'm gonna probably leave it on the fan for probably another 10 hours, maybe. Well, not 10, probably another 8 hours, and it'll be done. I mean, it's pretty much done right now. Yeah, you can see. That's pretty fucking good jerky. It's done. But I'm going to leave it up here just to make sure that all the moisture is out of it. Like these thicker pieces here, these guys here are a little bit thicker. They're still not all the way done. So, but I'll leave them all up here. This one here is definitely done. Gosh, this stuff is so fucking good. Teriyaki freaking beef jerky. You know, and this is cheap. You know, what did this... A bag of beef jerky like this would cost somebody, you know, God, what, like, probably $7-8. Actually, probably more. Because this is homemade, you know? You go see that fucking beef jerky at, like, the gas stations. You know, they want freaking $1 for a piece of meat like this, you know? This here cost me, it was, I think, $5 for the roast, $1 for the teriyaki sauce, and maybe $1 for the electricity used. But, well, I mean, at least you know what's in it, you know. So, and a little piece of fat right there. Yeah, you can see there's still moisture in there. So, I'm gonna let this stuff go. I'm actually gonna flip it over. And actually, these guys here, the raw 100% raw, unseasoned, everything is still taking its time. But I'm going to go and flip all these guys over. And I'm going to call this the video, guys. Because I want to get the video done. That one's been flipped. Yeah. It's good stuff. So, yeah, that one there's still thick and needs to be done. And after I do it here, I can actually go throw it on my smoker for a little bit and smoke it too, and dry it out the rest of the way. But there you guys have it. Over here in Cassidy, fifth wheel number 1, the Mrs. Troll Media's office. So it's a fucking mess in here. So alrighty guys, Troll Media signing out. Alrighty guys, beef jerky is done. What, you want some? It's good jerky. Look at that. That's some good jerky.